Dear students, today we will discuss about the seed processing and its feature component activities comes under the seed processing, because seed processing is very much important with respect to the quality seeds. Until and unless we don't go for the processing activities, we cannot have a quality seeds. The seed processing, it refers to the basically the mechanical upgradation for the physical quality of seeds. It is an important activity under the entire seed technology, making available the high quality seeds. It assures the end users, the end users are the farmers. So it assures to the farmers that the quality of seeds, the high quality of seeds will be at their doorsteps with minimum adulterations. It comprises all those operations after harvest. Before harvest, there is some activities carried out during field, but after harvesting, some of the post-harvest activities is being done in the lab or in the processing plants to aim for with the objective to maximize the seed viability, seed vigor, and seed health. It includes the seed processing. The entire process of seed processing includes the cleaning, the seed drying, the seed treatment, their packaging, and lastly, the storage of the seeds is also very important, which comes for getting the good quality seed. So now, when you talk about the purpose of seed processing, that basically the purpose is to dry the seeds for increasing the longevity of seeds at a safer moisture or predetermined moisture level, so that the seed cannot be deteriorated with the development of fungus growth or some other things. So that, and also the protecting the seed with certain chemicals. It also reduces the variability in vigor by invigorating the seeds and removing the low vigor seeds. We know very well that the seed vigor is very important features of a quality seeds. So it means that the vigor, the inherent quality in the seeds which perform better in over the wide range of environment than if it is grown in a stress environment or in positive environment, rich environments, it performs well. So this is the vigor. So there should not be variability in their vigors, and it can be determined by the invigorating the seeds. So next one is to improve the uniformity in seed and size. We know very well that the size of seeds varied from from micro to that of the maximum 3 to 4 kg of seeds. Even if we talk about the seed size in one species, 1 year of the maize plants, we will have a different size of seeds. That at upper part of the cob ear we will have the smaller seeds, and medium in the central part there is the medium size of seeds, and that's the lower part having the bigger size of seeds. Similarly, in case of potato, you can have a different size of seeds, but all those are not under use as a seeds for the farmer. So uniformity in the seed and size can be only done by grading during the whole process of seed processing. Next, to minimize the cost of further process, if we have a seed lot which are admixture of many things, like you can say that dust particles, stone particles, the soil particles, or some other you can straw and some other things having the seed lot, but their process, after their process, their storage is minimized in their cost. So these all activities can be well achieved by reducing the bulk of the seed lot, by cleaning debris and removing empty of the fractured seeds. If we talk about the principles and objective of the seed processing, basically it we know that the threshold, whatever I earlier told, that the threshold produce is generally heterogeneous in nature. It means it has many components like inert matter, other crop seeds, weed seeds, so and so on. So the purpose of principles of this seed processing is to make the homogeneity and the produce. That's what helps in the obtaining uniformity in field. If we have a seed lot and growing in the field and there is no uniform crop growth in the field, then it is useless. Then the farmers will be cheated. So we must homogenize the produce of the seeds by separating all those components of this quality seeds. It also narrowed down the level of heterogeneity of the seed lot by using suitable processing methods. There are different methods during processing, during entire process of seed processing. There are different methods through which we can just minimize, we can narrow down the heterogeneity of the seed lots. The ultimate goal of seed processing is to obtain the maximum percentage of pure seeds. This must be remembered that we are much more concerned with, related with the pure seeds. And what are those pure seeds? We earlier told in the previous lectures. So the purpose is of this seed processing is to maximize the percentage of pure seeds with maximum germination potential. It means the pures, the PLS value, pure probably lively seeds values. Though, so pure lively seeds, and that is just calculated the germination percentage into the pure seed percentage. The quality of seeds is improved during the processing by two ways. First, the separation of other seeds or inert matter, and second one is that the upgradation or elimination of the poor quality seeds. In the seed lots, there are some of the seeds which are having diseased, which may be infected, which are shriveled, maybe. So these all should be eliminated from the seed lots, and processing of the seed is carried out in approved seed processing. Here, we must remember is that the processing plants must be registered with the seed certification agencies, and it is approved by the Directorate of Seed Certification. What are those causes of heterogeneity? There are number of things. The heterogeneity, which I talked earlier, that the heterogeneity is very much important. It is very much, you can say that the important to remove, to minimize. So the causes of heterogeneity is maybe the variability in the soil fertility. For example, if we giving the physical, chemical and biological properties of soils, if we grow the seeds of the same variety in a fertile soil and to that of the same seeds in the unfertile, or you can say that the less fertile soils, the seed quality will be varied, and if we mix together, then we can just judge the heterogeneity. It comes under the heterogeneity. It means the size of seeds, the potential, the vigor of the seeds will vary with those different plots. So variability of the soil for fertility, their physical and chemical and biological properties affects the heterogeneity. Second, the variability in management practice also causes the heterogeneity. Variability in management, what does it mean? That there are different agro-techniques which are used, which is applied in the production of good crops, good seed crop. So in that case, if we are providing less number of irrigation to one crop and to that of the other crops, so in another seed crop of the same variety, the produce will vary in their quality, in their size, in the shape, and in the production also affected. So application, irrigation and application of nutrients comes under this categories. Variety and ability of the seedling for utilizing the inputs, these all comes under this. Variety in the pest and disease infestations. The pest and disease is also depends, influenced with the environments. If we are growing the seeds of a variety in a particular environment where the humidity is high, or other place where humidity is low, so in that case the variety takes place in the disease infestation and causes the infested produce. So these are some of the causes for heterogeneity. So some of the measures which can be taken for reducing the seed heterogeneity. What are those? That eliminating the undersized seeds, shriveled seed, immature seed, or ill-filled seeds using the appropriate sieve size. There are different size of sieves for just grading, for grading this, removing the heterogeneity in size with respect to the length, with respect to width of the seeds. The germination and vigor of the seed lot can also be upgraded by grading the seeds according to the size, a specific gravity, length, and density of the seeds. The inherent quality such as germination and vigor are also exemplified by certain physical characters of the seeds, that is the larger seeds, denser seeds, and optimum length of size. What we are talking about the seed in case of potato. You will have a large size of seeds, large like tubers in proceed to produce lot. But all those larger size will not be used for the seed purpose. So there are a standard size of seeds. In case of potatoes, we use 40 gram size of seeds for a tuber, for a potato crop. So if grading is done to obtain a particular range of size, shape, length, and density of the seeds, the quality of the seed lot may be upgraded. So now we talk about the seed processing. It requires some of things for proper processing of the seeds. First, that there must be a complete separation of the different components present in the seed lots. What I told earlier, that the inert matter, the other crop seeds, the wheat seeds, there are a number of things, number of components which must be complete separation, so that the particular environment, the equipment should be there. The minimum seed lots, must be taken care of, that during processing the seed loss should be minimum. And next, the more efficiency. The processing should be done efficiently, effectively, so that at the fixed time of this, the seed can be available. The quality seed may be available to the doorstep of the farmers. Upgrading should also be possible for any particular quality. It should have only minimum requirements. The processing plant must have minimum requirements, not much more requirements that is required in this seed processing plant. Types of material removed during the seed process. These are some of the list of some of the materials which must be removed, separated during the seed processing plant. We are well known with this. The inert matter. What are those? The inert matter are those matters which comes in the seed lot during the threshing, during harvesting. It is come like soil particles, dust particles, crop straw, some infertile florates. So these comes under this inert matters which must be separated. Common weed seeds, those wheat seeds which are legally proven as the weeds, is considered in this category. Noxious weed seeds, deteriorated seeds are those seeds which are deteriorated due to high moisture content. The fungus growth is taking place, and the discoloration of the seeds coat is also taking place, and ultimately it is deteriorated and not able to not have proper germination. So in this way, we have to remove this type of deteriorated seeds, damaged seeds, means shriveled seeds during threshing process. If there is less high moisture content, the seeds are cut and damaged. So we must remove this during the seed processing plants. Other crop seeds means if the seed lot have such seeds which are not associated with this seed crop, so during processing we must separate this seeds of different crops. Other variety seeds, even this the seed of different variety should also be separated with the physical appearance. Here we can only done by apparently visible those characteristic features of apparent visual, like color of the seeds, the size of seeds. If a particular variety of the same species varied in their color, in their size, in their shape, it can be separated easily by lens, magnifying lens. Other varieties of size seeds also be removed during the processing. Now we come to the activities of the seed processing. It is operated in a proper sequence. Otherwise, if the sequence will not follow, then the processing will not be completed effectively, efficiently. Similarly, if we study in third semester, then in first semester, the course of first semester, then it is very much difficult. So the sequence process is also very much essential during the entire operation of the seed processing. So in this case, characteristics of seeds, it is based on the seed size, seed shape, their weight, their length, surface of the seeds, color and moisture content, because each crop seeds possesses individual seed structure. Like in case of soybean, we have different color of the seeds, and if we compare the seeds of soybean and the maize, it differs in their size. So this we have to take care of these components of quality seeds during the seed processing. It includes during this seed processing includes drying, pre-cleaning, conditioning, cleaning, upgrading, treatment, weighing, bagging and storage. These all activities are done are the components, we can say, are the components of seed processing. Until and unless we don't have these all facilities in the processing plants, it will not be appropriate to process the seed lots. The sequence of the operation will be applied using the proper equipments. Always we should remember that the proper equipment should be there for effectively and efficiently processing seed processing. So seed cleaning, the first component is the seed cleaning. When we consider the seed lot, that are the admixture of different components. Maybe the dust particles, maybe the straw particles, maybe some stone particles. So different component, different things may be admixture of in the seed lots. But it should be properly clean, and thereafter it should be grading. So sound seed may be distinguished from inert matter, steriles and empty seeds. We will have the florets which may be steriles, and that comes after threshing, it comes with the seed lots. So it must be distinguished from the during this seed processing, a specific gravity and the shape, a specific gravity, color and surface of the texture. Based on these, the sound seeds may be distinguished. The processing has well been mechanized, and based on the physical characteristics of the seeds, it must be remembered that during processing activities that depends on the physical characteristics of seeds, the size, the length, weight, the color of the seeds, etc. So for this, separate machines should be available in the processing plant for grading. For grading and upgrading, these machines can be used either by singly or in combinations. So physical characteristics of seeds and the processing equipments are available for grading with the size, with the length, width, shape, surface. Different equipments are available at the seed processing plants. For example, in case of length, disc or indented cylinder separators are available. For weight, specific gravity separators are there. So for color, electronic color separators are there. So there are available equipments at the processing plants for this physical character separation of the seeds with these physical characteristics. Seed cleaning. Seed lots require further cleaning to remove adulterants that are similar to that of the pure seeds in their size and shape. It must be separated by air skin cleaner. We know that some of the adulterants are very much like to the pure seeds, but that should be separated. That should be eliminated. The equipments used are the air skin cleaner. With the help of this equipment, we can separate, we can eliminate those adulterants which are very much similar, similar to that of the pure seeds. The removal of seeds larger or smaller than the required size and removal of cracked seeds, damaged or otherwise defective seeds is accomplished in the final stage of processing. What we were talking earlier, in case of potato seeds, the required size of seeds is preferable. So the 40 grams tuber size is preferable, is the standard size for growing good commercial crops. So based on this, keeping in mind for this, the larger or smaller seeds can be just separated at the final stage of processing. Materials separated during processings are those. The second stage of cleaning is also carried out with air blasts and vibrating screens and is applicable to all kinds of seeds. It is essentially the same as the scaling but not refined. It is performed mostly by one machine known as air screen cleaner. We are talking about that there are different equipment cleaners are available. The first one is the air screen cleaners. It is the most important machine. Must be at every cleaning plants. It should be there. It uses screen and aspiration. The aspiration means the blowing of airs for two different separations. A coarse upper screen removes larger material. A lower fine screen stops the seeds and lets through fine matter, and then the seed fraction passes through a transverse or nearly vertical air stream which can be separated high impurities such as empty or partly filled seeds, husks and globes, etc. of the seeds. In most cases of the number of seeds with different size or sized perforations are used. Depending upon the seed size, their length and width, the perforation of the sieves are varied. So some of the factors which determine the quality of seeds for cleaning include the size of perforations. Must be remembered that size of perforation should be appropriate, adequate, the precision of the perforations, the angle at which the sieves operates, the amplitude and speed of the movement of the sieves. If sieves are just moving at high speeds, then the grading, the separation of the different size of seeds will not be done. So correct cleaning and maintenance of the equipment is done with this under this air screen cleaner. This is the specific gravity separation. In this method makes use of combination of weight and surface characteristics of the seed to be separated. The principles is based on the flotation of employed here. In flotation, A mixture of seed is fed onto the lower end of the sloping perforated table. Air is forced up through the pores. These are some of the methods which can used by through which are the procedures. Then specifically the seeds are separated with their weight and the surface characteristics. Indented layer. This helps the separate the seeds according to the length. The seeds, if we separate the seeds as per the length, the indenter cylinder is used. This is the equipment consists of slightly inclined horizontal rotating cylinder and a movable separating tuff. The inside surface has a small closely. These are some of the specification of this indenter cylinder, and how can we use this? It is mentioned here in the slides. Magnetic separators. Magnetic separators separate the seeds according to the surface texture or related seed characteristics features. In this, seeds are first treated with the iron filings which adhere the rough surface alone. The treated seed lot is passed over a revolving magnetic drum and separated from the smooth anode. These are some of the methods. Then how this magnetic separator is used, it is mentioned in the slides, and the greater the difference between the surface texture of the seed lot, the components, more effective will be the separation in this magnetic separator. Color separator. The color separator is used to separate the discolored seed greatly of the lower quality. The discolored seeds which must have lower quality seeds and should be separated through this color separators. It is based on the color in necessary because the density and the dimension of the discolored seeds are sometimes are the same as those of sound seeds, so other machines are not effective for these separations. So electronic color separation uses photocells to compare the seed color with background which are selected to reflect the same light as the good seeds. Seed that differs in colors is detected by the photocells which generate an electric impulse. So these are the color separators. Friction cleaning. The seed lots can be cleaned by the friction. The air-skin combination cannot remove debris that has a different size and density similar to that of the pure seeds. So if the debris has different surface texture, it may be possible to remove by friction cleaning. So this way, in this method, separation is made on a velvet cloth or rubber belt with variable inclination, which ensures that the slope necessary for the runoff of the seed is different from the slope necessary for runoff of the debris. So spiral separators, this is the separator which classify seed according to the shape and rolling ability consist of sheet metal strips fitted around a central axis in a form of a spirals. The seeds are separated. The rolling ability of the seeds it can be separated with this. The unit resembles an open screw conveyor standing in a vertical position. Round seeds roll faster down the inclined seeds than the flat irregular shaped seeds. So this way we can have the. Now next is the next component of the seed processing is the seed drying. It is very much important because if the seeds have more moisture contents, it is susceptible to that of the growth of fungus or some other pathogens or pests. So if we define the seed drying, it is nothing but only the removal of moisture from the seed to a predetermined safer level, at the level of moistures which are safe for storage. That is done during the seed season. Generally, if the crops are having two types of maturity, that physiological maturity, when the maximum accumulation of dry matter taken place in the seeds. In that case, we can have, if there is maximum accumulation of dry matter in the seeds is done, so we can say that there is physiological maturity of the crops. But it varied with the crop to crop, variety to variety. So in this case, the moisture percentage is little bit more and having 25 to 30% moisture. But in the next, there are harvestable maturity at which the maximum crop stands are having physiologically matured, and at that time the crop has 18 to 20% moisture percentage. So the purpose of seed drying basically is the sustaining the seed viability, the longevity by minimizing storage waste and pathogens, avoiding heating damage due to higher respiration rate in the moist seeds. We know very well that seed is hygroscopic living materials. It has living cells which will respire during the storage. If there is much more moisture content present in the seed lots during the storage, so it will respire, the seeds will respire, and then it damages the seeds viability and their longevity. So the improper drying, if the seeds are not properly dried, it resulted the loss in viability, the seeds will be discolored, and production of toxins. For example, in case of groundnut, you will see that if the groundnut is a little bit moist, it is stored in moist condition, then the white powders is growing on the surface. That is what? That is the toxin substance, the aflatoxins. It is injurious, it is hazardous for the health purpose, the human health, and also deteriorated the seeds, and the growth of fungus is taken place if the seeds having more moisture than that of their safer levels. The fungus will be grown and the seeds will be deteriorated. So the methods of seed drying, there are three basic methods of seed drying. That first one is the natural drying or sun drying. Then second, the forced air drying or mechanical drying, and third one is the chemical drying. In that case, we use the different chemicals. So first, natural seed drying. This is known as the sun drying. It can be in this methods. Seeds are uniformly spread on the clean dried surface and allowed for drying to the required moisture contents. It is just sprayed over the dried surface, and also that surface must be cleaned. Here one thing must be remembered, that the drying is done, and drying is not done during 12 noon to that of the 2 p.m. 12 noon to 2 p.m. because it damages the viability, the embryo of the seeds due to the ultraviolet rays. So seeds should not be dried under hot sun drying. So this method depends on the weather condition. Very much easy. We can have, if there is no sunny weathers, we cannot use this methods of seed drying. So advantage of this seed drying, this type of natural drying is easy in process. It is very cheap, and the natural energy we are using in this in this method, so it is cheap, requires no additional equipment. There is no additional equipment, only we should have a surface, a plain surface, a clean surface, a dried surface. It does not require any expenditure or electricity or for fuel for this. But disadvantage with this is that we cannot use this type of drying always, because it depends on the weather, the sunny days. If there is not proper sunshine, the seed will not dry at a required moisture levels. The seed loss is more while drying due to insect, birds and animals. If we spread the seeds in a threshing floor or some other things, and we are not taking care of this, then the infestation of the attack of insects, the birds may be taken place. And next one is that the mechanical mixture. If we spread the seeds of one variety at one place, and the
another variety at nearby place, there is chances of the mechanical mixture from these two varieties. So this is some of the disadvantage, and it is uneven drying, and high weather risk are there in this type of this methods of seed drying. Forced air drying, it is the artificial seed drying. That was the natural seed drying, and here in this methods air is artificially forced over the living seed. We know that seed is hygroscopic living materials, and the moisture contents in this seeds on temperature relative to surrounding airs depends. The drying is based on the moisture contents of the surrounding airs with respect to the temperature and the relative humidity. Heated air passes through the damp seeds. In this case, the heated air may be generated by the by different means, by electric heater or by diesels. We can generate the heat, and that air, heated air, is circulated, passes over the damp seeds, and then pick up water and cool their air and seeds. These are some of the things which are in this related with the forced air drying. And here the principles of this seed drying, forced air seed drying, is the water vapor equilibrium and the probability of seed injury. Water vapor equilibrium means that the seed, the moisture content, the vapor pressure inside the seeds is more than that of the surrounding air, then only the moisture content, there will be the movement of moisture. Otherwise, if the surrounding air had much more vapor pressure than that of the inside the seed, inside the seeds, then there is no chances of this movement of moistures. So it is very much required that the equilibrium should be there, and the probability of seed injury is there. In these methods, there must be considered, we must consider types of forced air drying. There are different types of this artificial seed drying, the natural air drying, drying with supplemental heat, and some others. In case of natural air drying, the natural air is blown upon the seeds using switchable air blower of the drying. The basic principles of this natural air drying is the air is blown on the seed or with high speeds. Only the speeds, not the heated air is used in this natural air drying. So continuous drying is possible in these methods, and in modern seed go downs, there are the provisions of this forcible circulation of air with the help of electric blower or fans, and possible only during dry months. And second one, the drying with supplemented heat. In this case, a small quantity of heat is applied to raise the air temperature to 10 to 20 degree Fahrenheit for reducing the relative humidity of air used for this drying purpose. In this drying, it is quickly due to the use of dryer, but continuous drying for long period affects the seed quality. And last one is that the heated air drying. In this methods, the air is heated constantly at 100 degree Fahrenheit, little bit higher, and used for the drying the seeds. Continuous, that in the earlier methods also the continuous drying may damage the seeds. So in this case also the continuous drying is just avoided. So very quickly the seeds get dried in this methods, and the high moisture seeds should be dried by this methods. There are some of the advantages of this artificial forced air drying. It is very much quick. We can dry the seeds even the fixed time. Perfect drying is possible even under unfavorable weather conditions. If there is cloudy weather, it doesn't harm it doesn't affect the seed drying purpose, the activities. We can dry the seeds in this cloudy weather also. Seed loss is minimized. In this case, the seed loss is minimized because all those things are artificially controlled. The disadvantage of this methods is it requires specialized equipments and machine, which is very much costly, and care should be taken while drying the seeds using hot air, because it damages the seeds if it is dried at higher temperature for a longer periods. So the temperature and the time of drying is very much essential. There are different types of dryer which are used in the forced air drying. There are metal bin dryer, vegetable seed dryer and batch dryers. In this metal bin dryer, metal bin is used which are perforated at the bottom levels. So in this, uniform drying is not possible because the heated airs is coming through the bottoms, so the seeds situated at the bottom level will be heated more than that of the upper parts. So that's why hence we must stir at regular intervals, stir the seeds for manually or mechanically for the proper drying. In this type of metal bin dryer, there is vegetable seed dryers in which seeds are spread or separated over the bottom skin seed trays, which are kept inside the chambers, and the heated air is passed to the dry seeds. The heat is generated by electrical source and the air is passed through the trays. Here the uniform drying is possible because the heated air is passed throughout the trays on which the vegetables are spread over. Next one is the batch dryer. It is a batch type of it is a bin which are generally round in size, and ambient or slightly heated air is blown through it by a fan. So thickness of this seed layer in the bin, thickness and this temperature, the relative humidity, all these factors must be considered during seed drying with this batch dryers. So installing one or more grain stirrer to make this entire content of the bin for 3 to 12 hours. Proper mixing of the seed is essential before further storage of the packaging. All these things factors should be considered. So this is one also a type of the advanced form, or you can say that the improved form of batch dryer, which we are generally use the transport wagon, which is transformed into wagon batch dryer by equipping with the plenum, a perforated floor and a fan or heated unit coupled with the canvas transition. So this is also a type of batch dryer which are just inverse versa. Here we can see that the recommended temperature and depth of seeds. We are talking about the depth of seeds, and the temperature and the relative humidity surrounding airs is very much important. These are some of the factors. So based on that, there are recommended temperature and depth is mentioned in the slides, and we can see here that in case of wheat and shelled sorghum or shelled corn or sorghum soybean, 20-inch depth would be there, and the drying temperature would be 110 degree Fahrenheit. For similarly, in case of barley, rice, oat, peanut, there are the maximum depth of the seeds layer, and the drying temperature would be there. Now third one is the use of desiccants, that it's considered as the chemical drying. In this chemical drying, we use different chemicals to absorb the moisture from the seeds and its surrounding environments. So in this, the first one is the silica gel is used for this. In this silica gel, the lithium chloride is the active ingredient which absorbs the moisture up to 15% of its weight. So it is to get very low moisture content, we can use this, which is not possible in mechanical dryer. In case of mechanical dryer, if we low moisture content, then we can use this only. Silica gel is of two types, indicator type and non-indicator type. Indicator type is blue in color, and when it absorbs the moisture, it turns pink color. Then, but in case of in non-indicator type, this is white in color, and after absorbing the moisture, it cannot turn in the different color. It is in the same color. There is no indication of this type, of this non-indicator type. So this is the use of silica gel as a desiccant for chemical dryings. The next one is the chemical, and the chemical used. The next chemical used for this chemical drying, under this chemical drying, is calcium chloride, which is used most for the vegetable and flower seeds or breeding materials. It can absorb 10% of the weight. The method is suitable for drying a small quantity of seeds only. It is sophisticated and costlier because the cost of chemical is little bit higher. So the advantage of this is it is less time consuming and the drying rate is uniform, but the disadvantage that it cannot be done at larger scales because this is costlier affairs. And second one is that the skilled person is required to monitor all those operations because the use of chemicals which may be hazardous for the human health. Thank you very much. It's all.